Hey guys, welcome back. So today's video we are going to be doing another chit chat get ready with me, which is my favorite thing to do. I basically just want to do one of these at least once a week because there's always something to talk about, and this is my favorite part of my channel, is just getting down. Even though the conversation right now is one-sided, we can continue it in the comments, but today I want to do something bronzy, and I want to do blown out peach and just a really overly blown out eye with some lashes, something peachy on the cheeks, a lot of glow, something very summery. If I hear you making fun of me, mister, I'm gonna drag you in here and make you do a video with me. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. Hit the notification bell so you can be alerted when I post a new video. Right now my goal is to post at least a few videos a week, 2 or 3 videos, and we're just kind of going with the flow here. But this week I have a ton of time to film, so we're getting all kinds of fun stuff done. And I'm going to start off by priming my face with the Smashbox Serene Greens primer. Everything that I've been putting on my face for foundation these days is just looking so greasy within an hour or two. It's basically a losing battle, but when you're in the upper 90s plus humidity, it's kind of like, eh. So we're definitely going to do a matte foundation today, and I'm going to set it with a powder that will keep me the most, I almost said dry, because I'm thinking moist, which I hate that word, but I look moist all the time now on my face because it's so warm out. But the Too Faced Peach Perfect is a matte foundation. It says Comfort Matte Foundation. It's really nice. It's a really pretty matte. It's not like dry or heavy. I have the shade Vanilla, which might be a little, well, it might be perfect actually. It was a little, maybe a little dark, but I've been out in the sun because I love the sun. I know it's terrible, but it makes me feel good. And I like to get a little color at least. It's like the battle between, okay, I don't want to be the crazy person that has a hat, long sleeve shirts. Not that you're crazy if you do this, but for me, I don't want to be that person that's completely covered head to toe and then my kids are out swimming and I look like the mom that's like trying to avoid any and all sun. Like, you're not enjoying life at that point. So I don't want to be so concerned about that. And I do lay out a little bit on the weekends, get a little color on my very white body. Plus, it just looks better by the time, mid-July rolls around when you're at the pool to have a little color than to be super, super pasty. I noticed that having a little bit of a tan hides the cellulite and the stretch marks, which I wear them proudly. I did bear 2 children, and I do eat a lot of Doritos, so even if I blot and I set my face with powder, wear a matte foundation, I'm still so incredibly not dewy. Like, we're at that grease point where the whole thing is just like gross. So I don't even know why I put on highlighter, because what's the point? I'm going to actually do a little bit more because I want to do really well covered skin today. Have any of you tried that new sapphire colored beauty blender? It looks like the color of it. I really like the color of it. Oh, I checked online today at Sephora and it's currently out of stock. I'm sure my store has it, but I haven't been to an actual Sephora store in a few months. Oh goodness, probably more than that. I'm going to use the Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer. This is a nice full coverage concealer, but it's lightweight. It's not a super heavy, thick situation. The one beef I have with this concealer is it only comes in 3 shades. At least that's what it says on Ulta's website. This is the shade Light Natural. Okay, so the powder that keeps me the most matte and not looking greasy too fast is the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder. Mine's busted, so every time I open this, it just showers like rains powder. But I really like this powder for summertime. Now, in the wintertime, if it's, well, it's not that cold here, but my skin gets a little drier or just maybe normalizes out a little bit more in the wintertime, so I don't use this as much, but this is a very... Are you kidding me? Oh, what a mess. It's a very nice powder for this time of year when I produce more oil everywhere. Wow. Ugh. I mean, every time I use it, I waste half the product with it falling onto the ground here. But the sifter thing broke. So I just actually am going to set my entire face. I don't normally do this, but because I know how greasy I'm going to get, this is going to help. And believe it or not, I'll start out really matte right now, and it'll look more makeup-y, but in about 2 hours, it will be perfect because my oils come through and it just gives me a nice all over healthy glow. So then I'm not mad about the oil situation. If you can figure out products that work for you, you can really fake that dewy look naturally. Now, if you have dry skin, you're probably like, well, I can't do that, and I put all this stuff on. Well, you're lucky in the opposite way, because you can put all that pretty stuff on your face and not look like gross. This is... Oh, that's my pumpkin bread. I gotta go check on it. I got 3 loaves going in the oven right now. Let me go check. If only you had smell-o-vision right now. Hot off the press pumpkin bread. I love pumpkin bread year-round, anytime. Any sort of like quick bread like this, whether it be raisin bread or banana bread or whatever kind of bread. Sweet breads I love, but this is just taking me all the way back to fall when we had cool days of sweaters and jeans, and it's my favorite time of year, and the leaves changing, even though they don't really change here much in Texas. But anyways, if you were here, I'd cut you a slice and pour you a cup of coffee. I always love eating homemade baked goods, but when it comes to me wanting them like right now, then I sacrifice the whole experience of having it homemade and just buy whatever that the bakery has at the store. And it's never as good as making it homemade, but you know, when we want stuff, we want it right away, and we can't wait. And even though it's worth the wait, if you can make it yourself at home, then you can customize it to how you want and all that jazz. I'm using the Hourglass Luminous Bronze Light Bronzer today with the Wayne Goss number 11 face brush. You know, when you do set your face with setting powder like that, bronzer just glides so much better. You know, than when I don't set my whole face and I try to blend any sort of powder product over the top of my foundation. It just doesn't blend as well as when I set my whole face. Brows are on, and I just primed my eyes with my Milani eyeshadow primer, which if you wanted to try any one thing this year that you would for sure love and is super inexpensive and can replace a higher end product that you were previously using, it would be this. So today I want to use my Just Peachy Mattes palette here from Too Faced. I've done one other look, and it was a review and a look with this. I will put that in a card if you're curious, but I haven't really dug it out since. I know. But you know, when you have so many eyeshadow options, that's just kind of what happens. Then I went through a phase this winter where I was really not into a lot of warm eye looks. I was doing more cool toned things. And so I'm going to start off by just kind of setting my lid here. Let's take this Peach Butter shade using a Real Techniques setting brush. And I like this brush because in one fell swoop we can set the eye primer. I want to keep the eyes very peachy and very light and bright and blown out today. So I'm going to start off with the Just Peachy shade, which is a really nice peach that isn't too dark. It's not going to add a lot of depth, but it's going to give a nice lift to the eye because of the brightness of the peach that it is. I'm using a MAC 224 brush, and it is like shedding all over my face. I don't know how much this brush is, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's scratchy. I mean, it's nice to go back and forth like this, but you know, I use this Sephora Pro 10 all the time, but I can't find this on the website anymore, so I have a feeling they got rid of it. Or maybe they replaced it with something else, but normally I like to use this one for this first color. Now, this is not a super precise brush, but today I don't care because I want it to be really just messy, messy and blown out. I like the messy look. Perfected look stresses me out, and when I try to do a really perfected look, it never turns out how I want it to. So it's better if I just go in saying it's going to be kind of messy, because then I won't be disappointed with the result. I've talked about this before, but I've noticed even on TV, like professional makeup artists that do, and maybe it's just the client's personal taste, but their eyeshadow's not always super perfect like you would see here on YouTube. And maybe we're just have a different comparison point. Maybe, you know, we're just used to seeing super perfectly blended, not a single lash liner smudge, nothing out of place. But I mean, if you're actually wearing makeup beyond just this little box right here, it's gonna get a little bit messy throughout the day. I mean, you sneeze, you blow your nose, you cry, your eyes water, you get hit in the face with something, like, stuff happens, you know. It's beautiful, however. I mean, you could really just do this and a little something on the lid and be done. You know what I'm going to do now is I want to bring that same color underneath. So I'm going to take my Chikuhodo Z-10 brush and wipe it off, because I've made this mistake in the past too, where I usually use it for a dark color, but I'm going to take the same shade and carry that underneath here. This is a really wonderful brush for smoking out colors on the lower lash line because it doesn't move the skin. It applies color and you can blend. It's very soft, and it has a nice point to it also, so that you can get, you know, if you want to use a dark color and really get in there precisely, but you can also really just smush her all over the place like I like to do. I'm not a huge fan of Too Faced eyeshadows, but this palette would be the exception to that rule that I've created. It's really nice. They're all matte shades, which are essential, I think, in my mind, for a really complete looking eyeshadow look. Now I'm going to go in with this fresh picked shade. So we started off with this one, and I'm just going to deepen it up a little bit, create a little bit more definition in my crease. And I'm going to take this Zoeva 227 Luxe Definer brush to do that. It's amazing how pretty, just layering subtly different colors, or like in the same range but a little bit deeper, how just beautiful it looks together. I'm going to take the Peach Meringue shade, the light, a little more yellow based one, and highlight my brow. Just a matte highlight up here. I have this Tarte Chrome paint in the shade Frosé. My friend had given, oops, there goes the top. My friend had given this to me, and I've been seeing a lot of people talk about these, but I haven't seen this one used so much yet. It's like a pinky peach gold shift situation, so I think I'm going to put this on my lid. Here's what it looks like. It reminds me of like MAC, was it Cosmo? Or like a Makeup Geek. There's a Makeup Geek, or maybe it's Makeup Geek Cosmopolitan, and there's like a MAC shade that's kind of like this. It's like a pinky rose gold shade. So I'm going to use my finger because I feel like I might get the best. Oh, ESPN, what are you telling me? I don't know, I guess I didn't really pay attention to the specs on this, if it's supposed to be like a cream eyeshadow. It doesn't feel like a cream, it feels like it's thicker. It kind of reminds me of a Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadow. Okay, so I think I'm going to touch up with, this is just a Sigma concealer brush here, a synthetic brush, so I can really get up into my crease here. That's the thing about products that require your finger. First of all, you need short nails so you can really get in there. And I can never get my whole lid because my eyes are so deep. I'm going to go back in with the Zoeva and the fresh picked color that we had used to deepen, and just kind of go over the edges of this chrome paint. Now I do not want to do any liner today. I'm going to do just a little mascara and some lashes, but my lower lash line, I'm going to take the shade Costa Riche here by MAC. I'm going to do my lower waterline with this. And I am going to do my upper waterline too. Just kind of helps thicken my lash line. Take a little bit of the CoverGirl Supersizer mascara, and I like to coat my lashes a little bit before I put on false ones. I'm going to apply these Ardell Faux Mink lashes. What are these called? Number 810. They look like this. I quite like these lashes. They were a little troublesome to get on because they've been on that plastic for so long that they're very straight, and my eyes are very curved, so that was kind of a trial. I need something on my inner corner because that palette has all matte shades, so I'm going to take MAC's Nylon and a little pencil brush here and put that on my inner corner. Nylon's a very beautiful inner corner highlight. Compared to some of the other ones that I have, it might be a tinge more yellow, but it's not overly yellow. It's really pretty. I'm so excited about this blush. My friend gave this to me. This is Benefit California blush. It's a very beautiful peachy pink color. Looks like that. The packaging is super adorable. And I'm going to apply that using this Zoeva Luxe Cheek Finish number 126. I think this was the last brush that I actually used with this blush. Okay, Chelsea, that's way too much. This blush pairs so perfectly with that palette as well. Just a nice pinky peach flush. It almost has a little bit of a sheen to it as well. It's just an all-around really happy color. And then for my highlight today, I want to stay in those pinky peach tones. I'm not going to do something that's really going to lift my cheeks too much. I just want to do a little like topper. So I grabbed my Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick in the shade Nectar, which you can do this as a blush too, because it's going to be a little bit shimmery, but it's going to be like pinky peachy. We're just going to do that a little bit here. So it's not necessarily highlighting, it's just adding a little bit more of the same type of tone, but in a shimmerier version. I am looking summery. Okay, and so for the lips, I don't know. We can go a lot of different directions. We can do the obvious route, which would be a pinky peachy nude. We could do a pink nude. We could do a bold lip with this. We could do like a warm reddish color. We could do an orangey red. I mean, really a lot of directions, but I think today I want to stay in the peachy pink zone because I really like a tonal look. I like when the eyes match the cheek, match the lips. Especially in the summertime, I like an all over tonal, more bronzy look. So I'm going to take Makeup Forever 2C Aqua Lip Liner. This is where, I'm not sure if this is going to look good. If not, I have a gloss I want to use. This is Sushi Kiss by MAC. This might be too much. Actually, I think I kind of like it. I'm going to smush it together. I think lipstick, you know, you can get different looks out of the same color lipstick just by how you apply it. Which is why I also like lip liner, because you can really create and concoct a very sculpted look. I actually kind of like that, where it's like a brighter color smushed into the darker peach. And then I'm going to top it with Southern Belle Lorax gloss here. This is one of my favorite pinky peach glosses. Oh, it smells and tastes delicious. So this is the final look. I love it. I love bright peach colors. And you know, it doesn't even have to be really complex. We basically used, you know, just a few shades in the eyes. It wasn't like a ton of difficult blending. And then a really bright color on the lid. I think it's the epitome of summer is ease, but yet you still want to feel pretty and you want to have a little effort into your makeup, but you don't want to be spending hours and hours and hours, you know? And I think a bright lid in the summer is really pretty and it's just simplistic. Just a little bit of shine, a little bit of shimmer. It's very pretty. It's very youthful too. Thank you guys so much for watching today. And if you have any requests of any types of colors or looks or specific products that you would like me to use in my next Get Ready With Me, post it below in the comments and I will definitely fulfill that. I've been doing a lot of more summery type things, so I think my next look I'd like to do something maybe more evening smoky. So let me know down below. If you guys enjoyed yourself today, give this video a huge thumbs up and share it on your way out, and do not forget to subscribe. I hope you have a very fabulous, blessed day, and we will chat very soon. Bye guys.